everybody. Welcome to Motivational Monday with me, your girl, Jackie O. And I have, of course, the beautiful, fabulous girl. Just tell them who you are.
Ashley
Brent. So we are coming to you guys tonight with our Motivational Monday. Let me get us all set up over here on Facebook. And I think we're ready. We're ready to rock it. What about you, Brenda?
Let's do it.
So, y'all, our topic tonight, we're going to be talking about shifting gears. And that's literally what we had to do for tonight. So our special guest that was scheduled for tonight, she had an unforeseen family emergency. And so she texted me yesterday. And then I texted Brenda and I'm like, oh my gosh, we got to figure it out. And so, she'll talk about this with you, Brenda, a little bit later. We were just talking and the topic just came up, like changing gears. I'm like, that is amazing. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Because that happens, right?
Yes.
Sometimes you got to shift those gears and you got to be ready.
You got to stay ready.
You got to stay ready at all times. So y'all, again, my name is Jackie and I am the host of Motivational Monday with Jackie O. And of course, my beautiful co-host, Ashley Brent. And tonight we're going to be talking about shifting gears, making changes when you've done all you can do and you think that you're doing it, you're going along with your plan. And then what happens? A monkey wrench gets thrown. What do you do? So we're going to be talking about that tonight. How do you move forward? How do you put your foot on the gas, keep going, and don't get stuck there?
Right. That's right.
Yeah. Right. So we hope you guys join us. Please share, as you are coming in. I have us on Facebook. So, as you come in, please share. If you're watching the replay, still share the replay because we're going to give some good information on tonight. So let's hop right into it. Brenda, so I'm going to let you take it away, girl. I'm just going to sit here and, and just enjoy the show.
Hey, appreciate you. Good looking out, Jackie.
You're welcome.
So we're talking about changing gears, shifting gears.
Yeah.
A lot of times we wake up in the morning and no one ever says, oh, I'm just going to go out and have a bad day today. We planned 9 times out of 10, we planned the night before. We said, okay, we're going to wear this. We're going to do this tomorrow. You have a checklist. And according to everything that you see, you say, okay, tomorrow's going to be a great day. I did everything I needed to get done. The kids are situated. Everything's great. Right. Well, guess what? The next morning you wake up and everything goes the total opposite. You got the kids, they oversleep because phones didn't go off. So now they're running all over the place. The clothes that you had out, guess what? They don't fit. And all you're like, I just know I tried this on not too long ago. Well, guess what? It don't fit. So now you got to have a wardrobe change. And so everything starts to change and shift right in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that the way you make it through it is you shift with it. You change gears and you say, you know what? I know I planned. I did everything I thought I should do, but here I am and it's not going that way. Yeah. So now you say, okay, you know what? So what? That it doesn't fit. I'm going to just grab this and we're going to make it work.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the key to shifting is that you have to quickly get out of that gear of, man, things are not working. Because if you stay there too long, it'll cause you to stall. Just like in a car. When you drive a car, if you're driving a stick shift, everybody knows if you don't shift in the right amount of time, you can cause issues with your transmission. You can stall and all of those things because you did not shift in the right amount of time.
Right.
So the same is in life, is that when things happen, you have to be prepared to shift. You have no time to feel sorry for yourself. You have time to have your moment. You have your moment. Emphasis on moment. Because a moment is just that. It's not something that it's going to be a season. It's a moment.
Right.
You look at it, you acknowledge it, and then you make the necessary changes. Even in regards to the kids woke up late. Okay, you know what, guys? You know what? Today's going to be a free for all breakfast. This goes against all of our nutritional values, but hey, there's some cold pizza in there. There's chicken. You guys go for what you know. So that's your way of shifting. No, it's not your normal way of doing things, but when life happens like that, you have to move. Life does not say, okay, things are not going according to how she planned them. Let
Mm-hmm.
me just give her a break. That's not how that goes,
Right.
you know? And so that's part of shifting and changing gears. You don't have time to be in neutral. You have to shift and hit the gas. Do
Yeah.
you have any comments, Jacquie, in regards to that?
Well, one thing that you said, and I wanted to ask, because a lot of times people, they say, oh, wow, it's easier said than done to not stay in that place, right? And to move forward. How would you move forward when you have that unexpected thing that happens and throws your plans all off? So you did say, yeah, with the scenario that you gave about the kids waking up late, the clothes not fitting, but you're still moving forward. But what about that incident that's, that life-changing, life-altering, gut-wrenching, something that happens and they just want to stay in that place? How do you get out of it?
I think we touched on this before. You still have to, the most successful way to get out of it, I could be wrong,
Yeah.
but the most successful way that I found to get out of it is to acknowledge it and be completely present in those feelings of hurt, disappointment.
Mhm.
Acknowledge them. Don't try to act as though they're not there.
Yeah.
Be completely present. If that means taking the day off and having a wellness day,
Mm-hmm.
a wellness day, a mental health day, and if that means staying home, screaming in your pillow, if
Yeah.
that means going and jogging, getting a hard jog and just screaming at the top of your lungs, it's being present and being completely submersed in that moment, just for that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you've acknowledged it, now that you've experienced, you have the feelings that you've addressed, you've let them flow as they come out, and you're not trying to suppress them. And when you'll feel a sense of relief,
Mm-hmm.
as you do that. And then the thing is that you don't stay there. And the way you not stay there is, okay, you know what? Now it's time for me to dry my face,
Mm-hmm.
and me, I like to journal. So once
Hands
I've
on.
cried it out,
Yeah.
I've been angry, I've been frustrated, all of those things, I'll go and kind of write about it, write
Yeah.
those things down, and start
Yeah.
to replace those feelings with solutions.
Right.
I'm angry, but, here's how I'm going to address it. Come up with a plan of action. If your
Right.
plan of action is not clear yet, that's fine. That's fine. But at least acknowledge that you've had those feelings, that the event happened. And
Mm-hmm.
then now you say, you know what? I have to shake myself.
Yeah.
You get up. And like you said, it's easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
Get up, even if you're getting up and mascara's everywhere, or even for the fellas, even if you're getting up and your fist is clenched,
Yeah.
because men have issues too. Men go through
Right.
things as well.
Yeah.
So whether you're male or female, get up with all of those things, and you still have to keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
You have to keep
Yeah.
moving,
And what
you
I
know?
really liked, what you said, that was the key. Acknowledge. You have to acknowledge that there is something. So that was the right thing. What you said was acknowledge that those feelings are there. This has happened, and move on. Because if you're in denial and you don't acknowledge it, then the problem is never going to solve. So
No,
that is the key to acknowledging it. And, like you said too, you have emotions. We are wired to have emotions.
that's
So it's
right.
okay to have emotions and to be sad and to, not be happy. But it's how you react and how you handle those emotions. But it's okay for us to have emotions. We really
Right. And the
do.
thing is that you have to handle the emotions, or the emotions are going to handle you.
Mm-hmm.
So either you can go ahead and be present in the emotions,
Yeah.
or you can let them stack up and stack up until you just pop. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to pop on somebody who completely understands. It'll be an innocent bystander. It could
Mm-hmm.
be your kids. It could be somebody on your job,
Yeah.
you know? And so the thing is, you have to manage those emotions or they will manage you. You have to stay in control. I tell my daughters all the time, your emotions are not the boss of who you are. They're not. You manage those, and the minute you really start to manage those emotions, now you can manage your thoughts, because
Mm-hmm.
emotions come from thoughts. So
Mm-hmm.
if there's a thought that was there, and you're responding to a thought that was in here. So if you find that your emotions are mainly negative, go ahead and check your thoughts as well.
Yeah.
You know, when that event or that situation happens, try to think about the things that you're thinking as you're processing. You know, I just recently went through a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So the thoughts, some people's thoughts are, oh my gosh, my life is ending.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I'll never find anybody else. Oh my gosh, this is just, I'm such a bad person. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, if I had to did this, had to did that. No, I don't receive those thoughts. I
Mm-hmm.
don't. I replace those thoughts with, hey, you know what? It's a new chapter in my life. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I did not see it coming.
Yeah.
You know, I thought things would work out differently, but they did. So now I'm acknowledging it.
Yeah.
Things didn't work out like I thought, you know. So now I'm acknowledging that. Am I disappointed? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Am I frustrated? Absolutely. Am
Yeah.
I going to stay there? Absolutely not.
Right.
So I choose to say, you know what? I'm going to live beyond this. Am I going to continue to have these moments where these feelings pop up? Yes. Or these thoughts pop up? Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm going to replace them with, hey, you know what? I'm building again. Dadgummit, I'm resilient. And you
Mm-hmm.
have to talk to yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
when you say it's easier said than done, yes, it is easier said.
Mm-hmm.
But the if you're careful about what you say, then the done becomes easier. So if you're careful about the what you say, what you're saying, which is the said part, then
Right.
the done becomes easier. Now
Right.
it's done because you're watching what you're saying and you're able to speak things into existence. You're
Right.
talking to yourself,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I like that. So give us some pointers on how we're gonna shift the gears and
So,
change the gears.
so I think it's great. A lot of people use post-it notes. I know that sounds kind of, whatever, but you got to do it what works.
Yeah.
You have to have things around you that trigger you to shift. You know, you have to have people around you that trigger you to shift.
Right.
Um, Even when you're in that situation, a great trigger for you to shift is to get help, outside help, which is therapy. That's
Yeah.
a great way to
Please,
shift.
please preach on that about it's
You
okay
know,
to get some help, therapy.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we don't have all the answers. If we
Right.
had all the answers, our lives would be totally different.
Yeah.
You know, we would need Jesus then because we got all the answers.
Okay.
So he gives us he said in the Bible it says he gives a way of escape. So that's just not a way of escape just out of basic trouble, but it's a way of escape out of your thinking. That's a
Mm-hmm.
way of escape that shows you how to shift. And so sometimes your way of escape is via, therapy. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's going to a support group. Sometimes it's reading a book that you never thought to read. Well, you say, well, I'm not a reader. Well, guess what? Drastic times call for drastic measures.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you're not a reader, there's a great app called Audible,
Yeah.
and you can listen. And if they don't have it on Audible, if you think about how much you value your life and your quality of life. So if you're not a reader, I suggest you become a reader, especially if that's what's going to help you to shift and guard your circle. Be careful who's in your circle. If you got somebody in your circle, girl, I wouldn't, or girl, this, or man, if I was you, I would just, no, you don't need that. They're not going to help you to shift. They're going to put you in neutral. You want people that's going to provoke thought, that's going to help you to make those necessary changes. at this point in my life, I'm very careful about who's around me. Because if I have stagnant people around me, when it comes time for me to make a move, they're just going to hold me back and I can't shift. I can't hit the gas because I'm stuck. And you have some people who are around you that don't even let you evolve. So even if you could evolve, they kind of keep you backwards. Because once you evolve, it increases your ability to shift. It increases your ability to change gears because you're evolving with the times, you know? Would you agree, Miss Jackie O?
Girl, yes. Let me tell you, what happens when you are on live, and like I had to put my thing on mute for a hot second because I am yelling at Maya to come turn the timer off on the oven because dinner is in the oven. And I'm just like, Maya! And like, it took her 3 minutes or 2 minutes, whatever it was, but I do. So I'm back.
But that's a real life example. That's a real life example.
Like, oh my gosh, do you not hear me?
You would rather not have to do that.
Yeah.
But guess what? That's what this moment calls for.
Yeah.
For you to yell and say, turn that oven off.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it calls for. And it is what it is. It takes nothing away from you. Yeah. It says that you did not, it does not say that you didn't prepare. It says that life just happened live.
Live. And then in color.
The best reality show you'll ever get in life.
Yeah. But no, I totally agree with everything that you said about just moving forward. And really, that's the bottom line. And protecting your circle, because I hear that all the time. Like if someone will send me a message and I'll respond in a positive way. And I'll also respond with some word, okay, and some scriptures, and let them know, listen, this too shall pass. And so, then they may say, oh my gosh, everybody else I talked to was negative. Who's in your circle, right? So I totally agree with you about our circles and protecting. And there's a scripture also in the Bible in Proverbs where it tells us to protect our heart. Protect what we hear, protect what we see, guard our heart is what it's telling us to do.
Yes.
And so that's what everything, people that's around us, you want people in your corner that is not going to be a yes person, absolutely not, but they are going to be an encourager, and they're going to tell you the truth and not be negative Nancy all the time.
We do not like negative Nancy.
Girl.
We don't like negative Nancy's, and we don't like crazy Karens. I could help it.
We do not. So, that is so good. And I know we've talked about this a couple of times before on the show with changing gears, putting your foot on the gas and hitting go and going. But I think this is a topic that we need to visit frequently, because I do feel that we can get stuck, even us, we can get stuck, and we need a refresher. We need a reminder of, hey, okay, listen, life happens, but you just got to keep moving. You got to stay on the highway. It's just like you being on the highway and the speed limit is 85, 80, whatever it is when you're on the interstate, right? And you're going 20. And so it's like, you got to keep up. You got to keep up.
You got to keep up.
Or you got
somebody like me is going to honk. Yeah. I'm going to honk.
Yeah, well,
me, I am.
That people will run you over. Like, and that happened to me. I wasn't going 20. But I think it was not this past weekend before last. I was in an area that I wasn't familiar with, but I was on the freeway and it was at night. So I'm trying to get to my destination. Girl, the people was flying all around me. Now I'm in a slow lane, okay? And I'm just like, I'm already in a slow lane. Like, what do you want me to do? But I couldn't I couldn't go any further. I probably could go faster, but I didn't because, again, I didn't know where I was going. But that just
Right.
reminded me of, you got to keep up with the flow,
You do.
or you'll get ran over. And so that's kind of like in life. We have to keep going. You have to keep moving. You have to change when it's time to change, or you'll get left behind and you'll just be stuck in that spot.
You have to make necessary adjustments,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
and you have to be determined to be unstoppable.
Yeah.
Just like I was
I like
talking to you
that.
earlier, I said, Jackie, I'm stuffy, I have a slight cold slash allergies. I said, but I'm still and you're like, so do we need to do this now? I said, no, we're gonna keep going,
Yeah.
you know? And because the thing is that I'm not the first person to get a cold.
Yeah.
I'm not the first person to have allergies. And even if I were,
Yeah.
this is not something that should stop me from doing what I was supposed to do on today, which is be on here.
Right.
We have to be determined to be unstoppable. We
Yeah.
have to be. If you say that you're resilient, I have resilient tattooed on my arm.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Yeah.
Um, a lot. I mean, some people agree with tats, whatever. I mean, to each his own. It don't make me none. But anyway, I have it done.
Yeah.
But there are times to where I look at that and I tell myself, Brenda, if you say that you're resilient and you talk this, you preach resilience, you say you got to have strength and
Mhm.
you want to be unstoppable. Well, guess what? I'm going to be tested every time I say that.
Yeah.
Resilient means to bounce back. So what happens when I get knocked down? Do I decide to bounce back? Deciding to bounce back. This is not
Mhm.
something that naturally happens. Everything you do in life is a choice.
Yeah.
Every feeling, emotion, every action, reaction, it's all a choice.
Yeah. That's true.
It is a choice. I
Mhm.
choose every day to get up. I have the option to be depressed if I want to in the morning. Or I have the option to say, by golly, regardless of what happens today, I'm going to have a great day.
Yeah.
I don't care what I face today, I'm going to have a great day.
Yeah.
Because it's all about processing and shifting. It is about circles and it's about therapy.
Mm.
All of these things are what helps us to live our best lives.
Yeah. That's true. That is so true.
And sometimes you can do everything right and it goes wrong. And you just got to be able to laugh at it and be like, man,
Yeah.
I really thought I had that together.
Yeah. I was just going to say that because I remember we talked about that just yesterday, of how you can have it all planned out and okay, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And our plans totally shift of
They
what we
do.
thought was going to happen. But we still go forward. I wrote a blog about that not too long ago, and it was about that, about our plans, right? And how we make all these great plans, but what happens when they navigate, when you will take a detour from the plan that you had? You got to keep going. You
You
got to
have
keep going.
to.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to. The example I gave you the other day when I was talking about my daughter, and
Mhm.
she loves to ride the bus, and she got up and did everything she was supposed to do. Everything, everything. Crossed all the T's, dotted all the I's, was ready to go, blah, blah, blah. Well, she had her monkey wrench. Her sister, she's a glam girl. She decided to make some changes. And so guess what? She misses the bus. Now her heart is just like, oh gosh, she's just like destroyed because my baby girl, she likes to get on the bus, talk to her friends. That's her time to do whatever before school starts. So she was very disappointed. And so I had to explain to her, I said, Lauren, life is going to be just like this. You did everything you were supposed to do for you to be on that bus. You did everything, and mama is proud of you.
Yeah.
However, sometimes in life, you can think that you did everything possible. You can know that you did everything possible. And guess what? The marriage don't work. Guess
Mhm.
what? The kid still goes to jail.
Mhm.
After 20 years, you lose the job.
Yeah.
After you did everything within your power for
Yeah.
this to go right. for
Yeah.
this to go right. And every now and then you do want to look at God and be like, man, God, what's up? I thought we were better than this.
Yeah.
I mean, God, come on, we go way back.
Mhm.
What's going on?
Mhm.
You told me to refrain from doing this. I did that.
Yeah.
You led me not to say this. I didn't say it. My kid, I pray for my kid, and they still didn't get better. I
Mhm.
pray for my kid not to go to jail. They still went to jail. It's
Mhm.
all of these types of things, you know, but you have to be determined and make up in your mind, come hell or high water, I will live my best life.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will continue to push.
The push, yeah. And one thing too, when you said that about God, is that even when we go through all of those things, because we did everything that we thought that we needed to do, and the kid still went to jail, the marriage still was dissolved, all of these things, God is still with us, even
Yes,
through that, right? And so that's what I really want you guys to know too. I mean, yeah, we've talked about all of this, but at the end of the day, God is still there. Like, he's still walking with us. He is still with us, even
yes,
through that. So that's where we have to have faith in him. We have to believe in him. We have to let him guide us. We have to seek him for guidance. That's where our praying comes in. That's where our faith really kicks in.
that's
Because
right.
we talk about faith and we preach about faith all the time, but you know what I'm saying? Like, yes. Hey, Sandra. He never leaves us. He never, never does. And that's what we need to know. When those changes come, when those monkey wrenches get thrown, because they will get thrown, like you were telling Lauren, as long as you live life, they will happen. But we have to know that we got to pick ourselves up. We got to keep moving. And we have to know that God is there with us every step of the way. And this too shall pass.
That's right.
It will pass. It will
It
pass. It is a
will. It
season.
definitely will. It
Yeah.
definitely will. And
Right.
like even like I tell my daughters, there's a song that Mary sings where it talks about he's so close he can feel you breathing.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
I sometimes tell them, if you can't pray in school or you're not in a place where you can say a prayer, I said, just take your hand and just put it this close and feel yourself breathing. And
Mm,
when you feel that, that's how close God is to you. So
yeah.
if you feel alone, you feel like there's nobody there, or whatever the case may be,
Mhm.
the average breath test, you're checking your breath.
Yeah.
But this is a different type of breath test.
Yeah.
This is a breath test. Well, really not a test, but it's an exercise you can do
Mhm.
to know that God is that close to you. If you just put your hand as close as you can to your face and just breathe in and out. That's how close God is. And he will never, ever stop being that close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never. That is
Absolutely.
a promise that he has made to us and that he will keep till the end of time, even through eternity. That
Mhm.
he will always be so close that he can feel you breathing. So you're
Yeah.
never alone. You're never alone.
And that is so, so awesome to know that we are never alone, even when we feel it. And I like that. I never heard that song. So I like that, to know that, just the reminder when you breathe, just know that he is there. He's that close to you, like that. Yeah, that's
Yes.
good. Yeah. Any closing thoughts, Brenda? We are wrapping it up, wrapping it up. Any closing things you want to share?
Um,
Cover?
I would just say, just know that you're not going to always get it right, you
Yeah.
know, and that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. We're all developing. You will be developing to the day that you take your last breath. So if
Yeah.
you shift and you hit the gas and you go in the wrong direction, guess what? You can
Yeah.
always shift again, back up and start all over again.
Yeah.
You can always ask for directions.
Yeah.
Talk to Siri a little bit, you know? She'll
Girl,
get you,
I don't
she'll
know
get you
about
straight.
Siri.
Although Siri, sometimes she be tripping, she be on one.
Girl. Yeah.
But either way it goes, the main thing is to keep moving.
Yeah.
Even if you make a mistake,
Mhm.
pick yourself up.
Yeah.
Understand that you're not the only one that's out there trying to get this thing right. We
Yeah.
are all trying to find our way, all of us, you know? But
Mhm.
the main thing is keep going, evolve. If there are things you need to change, change those things.
Yeah.
Change those things. Just change it for the better. Why
Mhm.
not?
And change is good.
Change is very good.
Yeah, change is good. Yeah.
Change is very, very good.
Yeah.
I'm learning more and more the older I get to embrace change.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes, girl. Keep living. You're gonna be like me in your 50s and be like, yes, change is good. Change is
He
good.
said good morning.
Yes, yes. Listen, guys, we hope you enjoy our shifting gears, because we literally did just that tonight. We shifted gears because our guest couldn't be with us because of unforeseen things that had happened in her family.
Right.
But hey, we did it. We did it with grace, and we hopped right in here and did what we had to do. And hey, it was good. I mean, I enjoyed myself tonight. I hope you did. It was a great refresher for us to keep moving. Some of the takeaways again was keep moving. It's okay to ask for help if you need help. We are forever growing. We are
Right.
forever growing and expanding. And so that's okay. Change is
Right.
good.
Right.
So we just have to keep moving. And I heard a quote not too long ago, and this is not the whole entire quote, but basically it was saying, learn how to dance in the rain. So
Yes.
even when it's raining, don't wait for the rain to stop. Just learn
No.
how to dance in the rain. And so
Dance in
I
the
think
rain.
all of us, especially me and you, Brenda, we have learned how to dance in the rain, keep it moving,
Girl.
and hey, be doing our thing. So
Girl.
she's talking about girl. So guys, listen, thank you all so much for being here tonight. Next week, you will not want to miss next week. Next week, we have the amazing, the beautiful Sandra Wyckoff, who is the
Woo-hoo.
founder of, yes, she was on earlier. So she's the founder of the Forte Bus Boutique. And she also was the founder of 40s Rock. And that's how Sandra and I
40
actually met. Yes, girl, because we were in our 40s and we were rocking. Now we're in our 50s and we still rocking. So
I'm in
she
my 40s.
yeah. Okay, she said thank you. So she's going to be our guest on next week. You will not want to miss it, y'all. You will not want to miss it. It is going to be amazing. All of our guests are amazing. When you say Brenda, I mean, everybody that comes on is amazing, and we know
Absolutely.
them, in some fashion. Our paths have crossed somewhere along the way, and that's the beauty of it too, that we get a chance to chat, to catch up, and then for you to see the amazing person that we see, we can share them with
Right.
you. So I'm really excited about next week. So yep, y'all tune in. We'll be here again live. That's right. Sandra said 40s rock, but 50s rule. Yes, honey. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I know we were just talking earlier. She was like, oh my God, I thought you were still in your 40s. No, honey. No. And I'm not ashamed to say I'll be 53 in July. Like, I have one grandbaby, and I'm a Genie. I'm not a grandma. I'm a Genie. So, and I love him to death. He's in California, but he's my heart. So yes, we are ruling. We are ruling. So again, we will see y'all on next Monday night, same time, same channel, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Facebook on the Jacquie O Project. So be sure that you tune in. But until then, we pray that y'all have an amazing week, and remember to go with the flow, shift them gears, and make the change. All right, Brand, do you have a last word?
Nope, that's it.
All right, guys, we will see y'all next Monday. Good night.